In this guide, we'll go over all of the Easter eggs and some secrets you can find in Dying Light 2. Following the example of the original Dying Light 2 contains a plethora of Easter eggs. Continue watching to learn about all of the Easter eggs in DL2 related to real-world virus and others in general. End of world. In Pilgrim's Path, a prologue mission, Aiden and other pilgrims will explore an abandoned mansion. You can interact with various artifacts scattered throughout the mansion to learn more about the infection. While exploring the mansion for clues about the source of the infection, you'll come across a banner advertising an end-of-the-world party. It is the first Easter egg. Who do you voodoo? A record player can be found in one of the mansion's rooms. When you interact with the record player, it will begin playing the song, Who Do You Voodoo? Seems familiar, right? Well, you might remember it from the game's introductory cutscene of Dead Island. Dying Light theme tune. The very next Easter egg can be found in the same room as the previous one, Who Do You Voodoo? Again, you'll need the patience to find this Easter egg. Spike will become bored and move to the grand piano room if you stay in the room long enough. Spike will eventually sit down by the piano in the grand piano room and begin playing the Dying Light theme song on the piano. Crane. Spike will catch a glimpse of the atmosphere reclaimed by nature as you travel through the wilderness. Instead of being happy, he'll be sad, wishing Crane could see this scenery, but sadly he isn't present. He'll become depressed and long to reunite with his friends who were separated during the events of Dying Light 1. This is a reference to the epic ending of Dying Light 1. Radio antenna. In order to wake up and leave the old mill, you'll need to claim the Night Runner sleeping bed. An old tower stands outside the mill. As you pass by it, Aiden says, I'm glad I don't have to climb that thing. Other games, such as Ubisoft's, would have had you climb it to find nearby regions. On the other hand, Aiden has a tower mechanic in the game. The hoverboard. Several hoverboard components can be found throughout the map. Collecting all components enables you to use a hoverboard parkour trial in the Hoverboard Secret Parkour Challenge. This hoverboard, however, cannot be used elsewhere. Here are the locations where you can find the hoverboard components in DL2. Church of St. Thomas the Apostle. The right side of a bridge in the southeast corner of the Muddy Grounds district. In a trunk at the corner of Muddy Grounds. Virus that are real, Easter eggs. In Dying Light 2, you'll find some references related to well-known virus as well. It is unclear whether they are about the real virus, I mean in the real world, or not, but they appear to be about it. Here are some Easter eggs related to the virus that you'll find in Dying Light 2. Wash your hands. Throughout the game, there are banners requesting players to wash their hands. Since THV is not spread through contact, it most likely refers to real-world ones. There is evidence that you can get a fever from the Vilda gas in the comic. So maybe it's a nod to that comic as well. 2-meter distance broadcast. You will travel to a GRE facility during one of the main storyline objectives. One of the rooms in the GRE facility area has a speaker announcement commanding everyone to stand 2 meters apart. This might potentially be a reference to real-world virus, or the Dying Light 2 Vilda gas comic. Secrets in Dying Light 2. How to get the secret flying broomstick in Dying Light 2. This broomstick is the only item in the game that makes you actually fly. You will be able to get the flying broom by doing the Baba Yaga Secret Challenge. Broadcast Story Quest. Completing the Broadcast Story mission is the first step to making the entire process of acquiring broomstick easier in Dying Light 2. Suppose you are at a point in the game where you have completed it already. Reach at the elevator lobby and use it to reach the roof. Go to the east side of the roof. Then climb up on the boxes and jump down to the building with a crane on its roof. Glide to the top level of the crane, you will find a small UV mushroom. Keep interacting with the small mushroom formation until it fully grows. When the mushroom is fully grown, interact with it to start the Baba Yaga Broomstick Challenge. Before starting the challenge, make sure that you have room in your accessories inventory. Then start the challenge. Once the timer appears in the challenge, pause the game and quit to the main menu. When you start the game back up, you will spawn free-falling from the VNC tower. Quickly deploy your paraglider and land safely. Now if you open your inventory, you will have the flying broom in the inventory. Now you can use the broom to fly around the city, begin the parkour challenge, and you'll be riding a broomstick in the sky. All around a skyscraper. While you're 50 stories in the sky, you'll be flying through rings at sickening speed. This is a lot like the hoverboard parkour challenge, just a lot easier to complete and to find. Enjoy the ride. Share a broom with a friend. Yes, in Dying Light 2 there is a way to share brooms with your friends. The broom item is in the accessory category, which allows it to drop in-game. However, if you drop it anywhere in the open world, the broom will disappear. So one of the safest ways to keep your broom from disappearing is to place items on a hanging wooden bridge. Doing so will cause the item to levitate in the air and get stuck between the planks of the wooden bridge. Your friends can then grab the item and use it. Keep looting inhibitor containers. Each GRE inhibitor container you find will always reward you with 1 to 3 inhibitors to help you level up your stamina and health, but they also contain other goodies as well. The good news is that like many containers, chests, and objects in Dying Light 2, inhibitor containers also replenish, just not with more inhibitors. They will however refill with a military medkit in its place, as well as the complimentary full immunity booster and random piece of unique or artifact rarity gear. This means if you know where an inhibitor container appears, they don't stay on your map once looted, you can return to get more health and immunity kits, as well as more gear time and time again. The easiest one to take advantage of is once you arrive in the central loop region of Vilda. As soon as you exit the metro, you'll unlock the downtown court metro station as a fast travel point, and you'll find an inhibitor container right next to your newly installed stash and bed. You can repeatedly fast travel to the metro and keep looting the containers again and again, meaning you'll never run out of medkits or immunity boosts that refill your immunity to full. They do take a while to restock, and simply fast traveling back and forth or sleeping for a day won't do the trick, so be sure to go out and explore, do some quests, and head back after a bit to keep looting it, as well as other inhibitor containers you've located. Repair weapons multiple times. It's never really explained all that much in Dying Light 2, but all weapons have a limited durability and no true way to fully repair them. However, the key to keeping a favorite weapon around longer lies in weapon mods. Each mod that can be applied also adds some durability back to the item, usually around 50 points. The higher tier of rarity the weapons is, the more mods you can apply. Rare weapons can have 1 tip socket, unique weapons can have 1 tip and 1 shaft socket, and artifact weapons can have 1 tip, 1 shaft, and 1 grip socket. That's up to 150 durability points restored if you play your cards right. The only problem is that weapons are made better with mods, so you don't usually want to wait too long before modding your weapons to give them the extra kick. You'll have to play around with using it for a bit first, modding it once, use it some more, and mod it again to get the most out of your durability. Advertisement. You can also invest in the reinforcement grip mod to lower the durability cost per hit, and make that your first mod investment for artifact weapons. Find artifact weapons easily. The best tier weapons are artifact, gold tier, but they can be extremely hard to find, as you'll usually get them for late game quest rewards. However, if you know where to look, you can get them much earlier. All around Vilda are small green GRE military trailers that require a GRE key to access. They aren't listed on the map, but if you find and unlock one, you'll always find a host of rare items inside, along with a randomized artifact tier weapon. While the weapon will always be around your current level, the only drawback is that once you claim that weapon, it won't respawn later. Be sure to only grab these when you need an upgrade, or you'll risk having too many low-level artifact weapons in the long run. Get Cyberpunk Mantis Blade weapons. A Cyberpunk 2077 Easter egg is hiding in Vilda, and is also a usable weapon. To find this elusive gear, you'll need to complete the broadcast mission in the central loop and get to the top of the VNC tower. Once you can freely access the roof, jump and glide south past military airdrop THB, UT0 to the next tallest building. Here you can find a stranger by a fire at the corner of the rooftop, and approaching him will trigger some mysterious dialogue, after which he'll vanish and leave you a blueprint for the Cyberhands 2177. These fist weapons resemble the cyberpunk Mantis blades, and though they don't do too much damage and break fast, they will electrify your opponents. How to easily max your chase level. Whether you want to max your chase level to earn the Slowpoke trophy or bait out volatiles to net the Night Runner achievement, there are two very simple ways to get to level 4 quickly. The first requires you to travel to either St. Paul Island or Lower Dam Air. When there, look for one of the various illuminated trampolines positioned around the district. If you're in a chase and head to one of these trampolines, infected won't follow you onto them, but will continue the chase, allowing you to quickly rack up your chase level. The second technique focuses on the metro tunnels. Head to a liberated metro tunnel at night while being chased and position yourself between the entrance to the tunnel and the outside. Enemies won't be able to get too close as the UV lights in the tunnel will ward them off, allowing you to quickly amass free chase levels. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe